Luke's bedroom. Gentle starlight quietly shines through the window at night, bringing with it a sense of tranquility. As you listen to the sound of running water in the bathroom, you stare at your cell phone, slightly troubled. You and Kiki weren't able to finish your conversation in the pantry about an important topic, what you should get Luke for his birthday. You hear your phone vibrate and see that Kiki has replied. You tap on the message. Why don't you get him a new repair kit? Even though Luke could use one, it doesn't seem fitting now that we're engaged. Best think of something else to get him. After replying to Kiki, you open up a shopping site and look through gift lists created by other users in search of inspiration. What kind of present is perfect for our current relationship, is special, and is something Luke will like? While you search through various presents, you suddenly hear Luke's voice coming from the bathroom. It is accompanied by the sound of the faucet being turned off and the rubbing of a towel.
다 씻었어. 이따가 머리 좀 말려줘.
Okay. A few minutes later, before you've gathered your bearings, Luke comes out with a towel on and his upper body exposed. He walks up to you, hands you a towel, and sits down with his back facing you. Everything in front of your eyes belongs to Luke, from the water droplet on his back to his short, wet hair.
이따가 바로 잘 거니까 오늘은 잘 말려줘.
Yeah, okay. In response, you reach out and wipe the water on his back with a towel. You then take the hairdryer out of the side drawer, plugging it into the outlet. Pointing it at Luke's hair, you press the on button. It's done.
응?
After drying Luke's hair, you put the hairdryer back in its original spot. But Luke doesn't get up and to get dressed as he usually would. Instead, he turns around and lies down on your lap. He raises his head, lips curved into a slight smile as he curiously looks at you. What, is there something on my face?
아니? 그냥 오늘 머리 말려줄 때 왠지 정신이 딴 데 있는 것 같아서.
Not at all. I was really focused.
그래?
Before you can respond, Luke grabs a small tuft of hair by his ears and places it in your hand. Immediately, you feel a wet sensation on your palm.
그럼 왜 이쪽은 아직도 축축할까? 전에는 한 번도 이러지 않았는걸?
Well, It seems like I was distracted thinking about his present for a few seconds, or maybe even a few minutes.
내가 옷을 안 입고 있어서 부끄럽고 어색하구나?
Huh? I've seen it plenty of times. I was just thinking. Before you can finish your sentence, you see Luke's eyes light up with a smile. Only then do you realize you've been tricked by the man in front of you.
그냥?
I say you hesitate. Luke tugs on your hand and moves in a little closer. Almost his entire chest is pressed up against your thighs. He gently rubs your fingertips, his movements slightly ambiguous, but his eyes are as innocent as a fawn's.
그냥 알려줘. 뭐든 내가 해결해 줄게.
Luke is really getting better at acting cute. As you look into Luke's shining eyes, you know just what will happen. One more word from him and you'll have to tell him about the birthday present. Just as Luke parts his lips to say something else, your phone vibrates again. Then the notification shows Kiki's name clearly displaying the contents of her message. I got it. You can try out this game with Luke. It's perfect for you guys.
정현? 게임?
Well, I was just asking her if there were any good games for couples to play together recently. Look, why don't you get dressed first? We can try it later. Luke stares at you for a few seconds, then nods.
응, 알겠어.
Luke sits down next to you after getting dressed. He wraps one arm around your waist and looks at the phone screen with you. You tap on Kiki's message and the link to the website comes into view. Perfect for unmarried couples who are engaged. This is an amazing game I found while watching a romance show recently. It really works. I don't know what kind of game Kiki recommended.
직접 보면 알겠지.
Alright. After tapping on the link Kiki sent, the chat interface immediately jumps to a website. With a romantic music in the background, the words Love Connection and a pair of white paper characters appear on the screen.
러브러브 점선 있기? 재밌는 이름이네. 이 종이 인형은 어떻게 하는 게임인지 보여주려는 거겠지?
Looks like it. As the music plays, the movements of the paper characters become more dramatic. Meanwhile, subtitles introducing the game's rule appear at the bottom of the screen. Couples who play this game must first draw a connection diagram according to the set rule. Each time couples randomly select a starting point on the connection diagram following the intertwined lines to reach a different endpoint.
종점에는 다양한 기호가 표시되어 있으며 커플은 매뉴얼에서 기호를 찾아 해당하는 미션을 완료해야 합니다. 열흘 동안 점선 잇기 미션 7번을 완료하면 사랑의 꽃이 더욱 활짝 피게 됩니다.
At this point, the paper characters on the screen have already completed several different minigames according to the rules of the game. The characters' bodies change from white to colorful paper, becoming closely attached, then finally blending into a red heart. The paper characters melted into one heart.
이 게임이 커플들한테 전하고 싶은 메시지인가 봐.
Leaving no time for you and Lu to continue talking, the paper heart fluidly transformed again, this time displaying real photos taken by couples while they were playing. At the bottom right corner of the screen, there is a button to purchase the Love Connection game kit. You and Luke look at the photos of the couples in silence for a moment. I don't know what will happen if Luke and I play this game together. As you remember Kiki's message and the paper characters turning into a heart, you can't help but feel a little excited. You glance at Luke to see that he has lowered his head in thought, then turned back to your phone screen. He looks up at you, and when his gaze meets yours, the corners of his eyes are crinkled in a smile.
같이 해볼까? 우리의 사랑의 꽃이 더 활짝 피면 어떤 모습일지 궁금해졌어.
You can't help but burst out laughing as Luke reads the promotional description so seriously. Alright, I'll grant your wish.
그럼 바로 주문하자.
After excitedly buying the game key, you can't help but imagine what it will be like playing the game with Luke. What are Luke and I going to do together? Puzzles, make models? I really hope the game kit comes soon. Oh, I should message Kiki to let her know that I took her suggestion and will try it out soon. Just as you reach for your phone to send a message to Kiki, Luke grabs you by the waist, pulls you close, and gently slaps your hand with his other arm. Luke, I want to message Kiki. Luke shakes his head, ignoring you and rubbing his head against your shoulder with a slightly hurt expression. Meanwhile, he moves your phone to the bedside table next to him, making a soft sound.
방금 머리 말려줄 때도 정신이 딴 데 팔려 있었으면서 또 그러는 게 어딨어. 이런 밤에는 나한테 집중해줘.
You feel his hair brush against your neck, accompanied by his scent after showering, along with a strange warmth. As his breath gradually moves closer, the hot air tickles your skin, causing it to tingle over and over again. The damp and sticky feeling invades your thoughts. Looking at Luke, you feel he is a stranger yet familiar.
이럴 줄 알았으면 옷 입지 말걸.
The tree shadows dance, the stars flickers, and the night outside the window is no longer clear. Time is slow firm. My work for the morning is finally done. Time to eat. Just as you are packing up your stuff and thinking about what to eat for lunch, you get a call from Luke. Hey, what's up? Sure, are you on your lunch break? Can you eat now? Yeah. Then go look out the window. As you listen to Luke, you walk to the window and look out in confusion. You spot a familiar figure standing downstairs waving at you, and you can't hold back the smile that appears on your face. Is Detective Pierce here to pick me up for lunch? Yep, I found a great place. I'll be right down. Take your time, no need to rush. Okay. After hanging up, you quickly pack up your things and head to the door, feeling happy and warm inside. Time is law firm. All done, time to head home. Just as you start tidying up your desk and getting ready to get off work, your phone vibrates, displaying a message from Luke. Shara, are you coming back now? The game we bar is here. I just finished up at work. I'll be right back. I'll be home in about half an hour. Alright, I'll be waiting. After replying to Luke's message, you quickly clean up so that you can get home as soon as possible. Luke's bedroom. Luke, I'm home.
응? 얼른 손 씻고 와서 3시간이나 줄 서서 산 디저트 좀 먹어봐. 다 먹고 나면 같이 게임 패키지를 열어보자.
Following Luke's gaze, you spot an ordinary loaf of bread sitting on a porcelain plate on the dining table. If you had to find something unique about it, it would be the dollop of cream and the few mint leaves on top of the loaf. I wasn't expecting you to prepare a surprise for me. But is that loaf of bread really a delicacy that took 3 hours of queuing to get? Luke smiles confidently despite your teasing.
빵은 겉만 보고 판단하면 안 돼. 평범해 보여도 요즘 SNS에서 제일 인기 있는 디저트란 말이야. 먹어본 사람들은 다 맛있대.
Really? Then I have to taste it. After washing your hands, you and Luke sit at the dining table together. As he watches on, you use a fork to gently cut through the cream and mint leaves on top of the bread. The inside of the loaf of bread is hollowed out, with ice cream, chocolate, and fruit in the center, creating a miniature and delicate forest landscape. This is so elaborate. Can we really eat it?
먹어보면 알겠지? 근데 계속 그렇게 미적거리면 첫 입은 내가 먹어버릴 거야.
Saying that, Luke reaches forward with his right hand, pointing his knife and fork at the center of the loaf. Saying that he's ready to steal the food, you too join in on the battle. After the little landscape in the bread is divided up between you and Luke, you're both left wanting more. The flavor is really nice, and it's not too sweet, more refreshing actually.
그치? 나도 같은 생각이야.
But other than the flavor, I feel like this bread gives off a special feeling.
서로 뺏어 먹어서 특별했나 봐.
Upon hearing Luke's response, you remember what happened just now and can't help nodding in agreement. Yeah, it gives off that feeling because we rushed to eat it. Alright, now that we're done with dessert, it's time for round 2. I couldn't stop thinking about what's in the game kit on my way home earlier.
응? 금방 가져올게.
After Luke brings the package over, you two open up the box together. In an instant, all sort of supplies are piled up on the table like a small mountain. Papers, stickers, colorful paintbrushes, a reference book, and many more accessories. Do we really need this much stuff to play the Love Connection game?
우리한테는 게임 7번이지만 미션 풀에 있는 미션은 훨씬 많을 거야. 미션에 필요한 건 다 보내준 것 같아.
That makes sense. So, according to the rule, we have to draw a connection diagram first.
좋아?
You and Luke open the reference book and follow the guidelines to draw a connection diagram. Then you choose stickers with different symbols on them and stick them on each endpoint on the diagram. Looking at the diagram you and Luke made together, you nod with satisfaction. Looks like the diagram is done.
응? 이제 게임하면 될 것 같아.
Let's get started then. I can't wait.
좋아, 좋아. 바로 해보자.
And the vestiges of time, draw what your partner will look like in 20 years. Luke's bedroom. This task is kinda hard for us. You can't help but sigh as you look at the task description in the reference book. Luke leans over to take a look. He then nods.
좀 어렵긴 하네. 할머니, 할아버지가 된 서로를 상상해서 그리는 거라면 그나마 낫겠는데 20년 후에 서로를 상상해서 그리라니 상상이 잘 안 되긴 하네.
Yeah, I have no idea how to even begin. You can't stop yourself from sighing again. You feel slightly helpless as you look at the reference book again. But we have to play the game. It would be a shame to give up halfway. Let's try our best to think about what the other will look like in 20 years.
응?
You and Luke each take a piece of drawing paper from the provided materials, then sit at the table facing each other. You stare at him and he stares at you. No one moves for several minutes. Luke, why haven't you started drawing yet? You don't know what to do?
그건 아닌데
Oh, you have an idea?
곰곰이 생각해보니까 20년 뒤라고 해봤자 이제 막 중년인 나이잖아? 그때가 돼도 넌 지금이랑 모습이 비슷할 것 같아. 그래서 차라리 지금 모습 그대로 그릴까 하고 생각 중이었어. 근데 그러면 또 너무 건성으로 하는 건 아닌가 싶은 생각도 들고.
Looks, tones, and expression are both extremely serious as if you will still look almost the same 20 years from now. The love content in his statement is like a warm stream bubbling its way into your heart. Perhaps in his heart you will be forever beautiful, never to grow old. I'll take what you just said as a beautiful blessing for the future. But that isn't realistic. It's not like I ate preservative growing up. You pause for a few seconds before taking his hand in yours. And having traces naturally left behind over the years is really nice, don't you think? It will be really nice to grow old with you too. Upon hearing your words, Luke is surprised for a moment, his eyes widening, then his expression softens.
하긴, 늙어간다는 게 그렇게 두려워할 일은 아니긴 해. 네가 있다는 것만으로도 아름다운 거지.
At this moment, a cool breeze drifts in from the open window, gently blowing through Luke's and your hair. You and Luke look at each other with smiles on your faces. With that thought in mind, you seem to see him in the endless warm light many years later. After some time, you and Luke finish the drawings in front of you and you exchange your artwork as the rules outline. You look at his masterpiece and can't help but laugh out loud. However, before you can't protest, Luke leans in close and mutters,
아니, 날 이렇게 그려놓기야?
"What did I do?"
이 헤어스타일을 봐. 잘생긴 내 얼굴이랑 하나도 안 어울리잖아.
Luke points at the top of the paper with a face full of reluctance. In 20 years, you'll definitely be more steady and mature. Someone mature and steady should have a fitting hairstyle.
하지만
Wait, forget that for a second. I still haven't asked you why you threw me like this. You pull on Luke's arm, waving his drawing in front of his eyes. Look at my face. Do I have jewels?
아, 나이가 들면 통통해야 예쁘잖아. 어려 보이게 V라인으로 살짝 수정할까?
As he sees this, Luke reaches out and gestures at your face as if measuring the correct cheek size. Correct cheek size. You don't hold back the smile that emerges on your face. You can't help but participate in the teasing. After playing around, you lie flat on the bed and look up at the ceiling. You stretch out your hand, waving it at the light. Luke reaches out as well and puts his hand on yours. Look, let's save those drawings and look at them in 20 years.
그래, 그러자. 그래도 그림이랑은 분명 다른 모습이겠지?
Yeah, it will definitely be different. I really don't know what we're going to look like in the end. As you hesitate, Luke pauses for a few seconds. Then you feel his lips gently graze your ear.
우리가 어떤 모습이 되든 한 가지는 변치 않을 거야.
Huh?
난 널 사랑하고 있을 거고, 너도 날 사랑하고 있을 거야.
The shadows are fragmented as the night wind blows, and your love is full and sweet. After you finish playing the game, you and Luke decide to tidy up the materials and tools you just used, organizing the room while you're at it. Watching as the house becomes neat and cozy once more, a sudden sense of satisfaction rises up within you. It looks so cozy with everything neatly put away. Yeah, it feels really refreshing. Okay, it's getting late. Let's wash up and go to sleep early. Alright. Luke's bedroom. The shadow of the moon is dim as the breeze blows into your dreams. It is another quiet and sweet night.
잘 자, 왓슨.
Luke's bedroom. With sweet dreams, you enjoy a good night's sleep. The clear morning light ushers in a new day. Tammy's law firm. Flipping through materials, you are trying to finish up your morning work when a coworker taps you on the shoulder. Thank you, Miss Herrera. Huh? Before you can ask, another coworker passing by also waves at you. Thanks, Miss Herrera. Huh? What's going on? Seeing your confused expression, your coworker laughs. You don't know, Miss Herrera? Come on then, let's go to the pantry and have a look. Yeah, there's a surprise for you. Pantry. Following your two co-workers into the pantry, you see that the table next to them is full of desserts. Judging by the quantity, it seems like there's enough for everyone in the law firm. You pick up the receipt next to it. Where the person who placed the order's name should be written, you see Miss Sherrera's other half, Luke. So it was Luke. You can't stop yourself from smiling, and your co-workers sigh enviously as they enjoy their desserts. Miss Shara, you smell so sweet. I'm really jealous. Your partner isn't just considerate, he's also enthusiastic. I saw him last time. He's handsome too. I'm seriously so jealous. Listening to your coworkers compliment Luke, your exhaustion from work is swept away. Really, when did Luke get so good at stealing people's hearts? Miss Law Firm. After pressing the save button, the workday comes to an end. Great, now I can finally go home. Tammy's Law Firm front desk. Just as you near the law firm's front desk, you see a familiar figure. Luke. At the sound of your voice, the person standing nearby turns around and walks towards you.
퇴근했어?
Yup, have you been waiting for me? Luke nods.
응. 수리한 골동품을 의뢰인한테 배송하던 중이었는데 그분 집이 마침 사무소 근처더라고. 겸사겸사 너 퇴근하는 거 기다렸다가 집에 같이 가려고 왔지.
Oh, have you been waiting long?
아니야, 그냥 한 1시간 정도? 아니, 2시간이었나? 괜찮아, 별로 안 기다렸어. 널 기다리는 것도 좋던걸?
Luke speaks so naturally as if this is what he was born to do. Your heart overflows with a deep warmth. You were here the whole time, so why didn't you message me or tell the front desk to let me know? If I knew you were waiting, I would have finished up earlier. Luke smiles and shakes his head at you.
네가 그럴까봐 일부러 얘기 안 한 거야.
Huh?
기다리고 있다고 하면 일하는데 방해되잖아. 나 때문에 일에 집중 못하는 건 싫었어.
Look, you don't know how to respond to his tenderness with words, so you take his hand in yours and walk towards the door. Then let's go home together now.
응? 가자.
Luke's bedroom. Once you arrive home, he relaxes for a bit before Luke brings out the connection diagram you drew before. He waves the diagram at you with an excited look on his face.
오늘의 도전을 맞이할 준비는 됐어?
Of course, let's go. With this beating song, one partner asks for a song, the other partner sings. Luke's bedroom. As you flip through the reference book, you can't help but laugh when you see the stars corresponding to the symbol. As Luke sees this, he has a trace of hesitation in his gaze.
그렇게 웃는 거 보니까 이번에 되게 재밌는 미션인가 보네.
No, it's just perfect for you. As you speak, you hand the reference book to Luke. His expression lights up as he carefully reads the description.
연인 중 한 명이 노래를 정하고 다른 한 명이 그걸 부르라고? 하긴 내가 제일 잘하는 거긴 하지. 그럼 이번에는 네가 신청하고 내가 부르는 건 어때?
Yes, my thought exactly. As soon as you finish speaking, Luke straightens up, clearing his throat with a determined expression.
준비됐으니까 틀어봐.
Luke looks so confident. Is he already prepared to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? No, I can't let him manipulate me. I have to change the song. Which song should I pick? Seeing that you haven't spoken for a long time, Luke reaches out and gently pinches your cheek.
지금 한눈 파는 거야?
You are pulled out of your thoughts by Luke's action. You blink at him and smile mysteriously. I'm still deciding which song to pick. I don't get this chance every day, so I have to choose a really difficult song. Upon hearing this, Luke's expression grows slightly panicked, as if he didn't expect you to play dirty. You didn't think I'd choose Twinkle Twinkle Little Star every time, did you?
그게 내가 방심했네. 반짝반짝 작은 별로 이번 미션을 끝낼 수 있을 줄 알았는데. 그래도 좀 봐주라. 너무 어려운 곡은 참아줘.
Looking at Luke's helpless expression, you can't help but want to tease him again. For some reason, you just love to see Luke's reaction to being teased by you. Perhaps it's because this experience belongs to you two and you two only. Dignified detective peers, why should I go easy on you? I should at least double the difficulty. Let me think about what to pick. How about a rap, a foreign song maybe? Luke holds his breath waiting for your final judgment. For a while there will be silence, so silent that you can hear his slightly anxious heartbeat. After a few seconds of dramatic pause, you clear your throat. I got it. Alright, two tigers.
어?
After hearing your answer, Luke is taken aback for a second, widening his eyes. Then the corner of his eyes creased and he bursts out laughing.
너 일부러 놀린 거지?
No way, two tigers. It's really difficult. It was adapted from a foreign song, and you have to sing it in a way a child would like. That's how hard it is. Faced with your completely serious nonsense, Luke can't help but laugh.
알았어. 네 말이 다 맞아. 그럼 시작할게.
Alright, I'm listening.
호랑이 두 마리, 호랑이 두 마리, 달려요, 달려요. 눈 없는 호랑이, 꼬리 없는 호랑이, 정말로 이상해.
As soon as the song ends, you are still immersed in the happiness of the nursery rhyme, but Luke pushes you down on the sofa. He looks you up and down, then bends his fingers like a paw, baring his teeth and showing his claws.
어이, 호랑이다. 먹음직스러운 음식이군.
He lowers his head and sniffs your neck a few times, acting like a tiger sniffing its prey. His hair tickles as it rubs against your skin. Look,
왜? 너도 방금 나 놀렸잖아. 난 너 놀리면 안 돼?
I. You are about to say something, but the night instantly swallows your answer, leaving only a small spark. After you finish playing the game, you and Luke decide to tidy up the materials and tools you just used, organizing the room while you're at it. Watching as the house becomes neat and cozy once more, a sudden sense of satisfaction rises up within you. It looks so cozy with everything neatly put away. Yeah, it feels really refreshing. Okay, it's getting late. Let's wash up and go to sleep early. Alright. Luke's bedroom. After washing up, you and Luke lay on the bed together. You nestle in his arms and tell him about what happened at work today. As you talk, weariness slowly overcomes you. The last thing you can remember is a soft touch on your lips.
품 안에서 자고 싶다고? 그래, 그럼. 이제 자야 해.
Luke's bedroom. The alarm on your phone vibrates right on time, reminding you that a new day has arrived. I want to sleep in a little longer, but it's time to get up. Chinese restaurant. You ask Luke to have lunch together at noon, and when your lunch break finally comes, you head to the restaurant. As soon as you enter the door, you realize Luke has already arrived. Hey, I'm the one who invited you. Why are you here earlier than me? Because I wanted to see you as soon as possible. What do you want to eat? Here's the menu. Have a look. As he sees that, Luke reaches out with the menu, but you wave your hand at him. You can't just look at it. I'm treating you today, so just order all your favorites. Huh? Why? Are we celebrating something? A bonus? Did you win the lottery or something? Upon hearing Luke's question, you can't help but laugh. I wish that was the case, but no. How about we relax and celebrate tomorrow? Sure, we can relax, but there's nothing to celebrate. So, what's going on? Did you forget you treated everyone to dessert yesterday? So, I'm treating you to lunch today. Upon hearing your answer, a sudden look of understanding crosses his face. So that's why, well, they do say that being obedient is better than being polite. Let me see what to order. After some time, Luke chooses the dishes he wants to eat. Wait, Luke, aren't most of the things you choose all my favorites? Your favorites are my favorites. A warmth flows through your heart. Today's lunch will be extra delicious. Luke's bedroom. Look, I'm back. I got off early today. Hey, he's not home. You rub your eyes and look around carefully, but you don't see any trace of Luke. He didn't say he was going out today. Where could he be? Just as you're about to take out your phone and call Luke, you hear a noise outside the door. With the sound of the lock opening, Luke enters the house carrying an insulated lunchbox. Luke seems slightly surprised to see you at home.
어, 와 있었네. 예쁘게 세팅해서 서프라이즈 해주고 싶었는데.
Huh? Seeing your confused expression, Luke gently shakes the lunchbox in his hand.
자, 너한테 주는 상이야. 요즘 일 때문에 고생하는 것 같아서 집밥을 좀 만들어봤어. 직접 만든 게 깨끗하고 영양가도 풍부하잖아. 그리고 장담하는데 맛도 먹어보면 깜짝 놀랄 거야.
Really? Luke doesn't respond. Instead, he drags you to the dining table and sits you down without any explanation. He then takes clean dishes from the kitchen and places them on the table. After everything is ready, Luke opens up the insulated lunchbox. Immediately, the fragrance of the food inside fills the room. It smells so good. As you savor the aroma, you can't help but pick up a pair of chopsticks and put the first bite into your mouth, then the second, and then the third. Luke watches as you move your chopstick. He can't stop himself from asking you something eagerly.
어때? 맛있어?
Yeah, it's really good. You pick up several more bites, putting them in your mouth one after another. Then you suddenly realize the problem. Hey, wait a second. Look, how did you get so good at cooking? We've been spending all of our time together lately, so you haven't had any time to practice in secret. Upon hearing your question, Luke runs a hand through his hair and smiles embrace.
그게 아까 오후에 방 사장님한테 가서 도와달라고 했어. 너도 알다시피 요리 쪽으로는 내가 재능이 없잖아. 나랑 방 사장님이 반나절을 노력한 결과물이야. 반찬들이랑 국에 내 지분은 4할밖에 안 되겠지만 그래도 최선을 다했어.
No wonder. After hearing Luke's explanation, you can't help but laugh thinking about how he came back home carrying an insulated lunchbox. Then take me with you next time. Let's work at it together. Who knows, maybe we can work hard enough to make 100% of the dishes. You take Luke's hand in yours. There is a content look on his face.
좋아. 다음번에는 같이 힘을 합쳐보자.
It's already dark out by the time you finish eating and clearing the dishes with Luke. The night breeze slowly drifts in through the window. It's the perfect time to play a game while you digest your food. Luke, should we do today's task? You bring out the connection diagram and place it on the table. Luke smiles at you as he sees it.
좋아, 시작하자.
Your comfort. How should your partner comfort you when you're unhappy? Luke's spectrum. Luke opens up the reference book after checking the symbol on the endpoint. What's the task this time?
어디 보자. 부정적인 감정이 들 때 상대방에게 어떤 위로를 듣고 싶은지 얘기해 보세요.
How we want to be comforted by each other. This kind of sounds like how couples agree on how to deal with an emotional crisis before making their relationship official. But now that I think about it, Luke and I never specifically talk about that. It was only after we encountered it that we. You can't help but lapsing into a deep thought. When you experience negative emotions, how do you want him to treat you? And what would he want you to do? At this moment, you look at Luke again only to see that he is staring at you with the same inquisitive look in his eyes. The way you're looking at me, you really look like you're looking forward to hearing my answer, Luke.
당연하지. 전에 이런 얘기는 해본 적이 없잖아. 이번에 대답을 들으면 나중에 네가 기분이 안 좋을 때 어떻게 해야 할지 감이 잡힐 것 같아.
Luke's words are completely focused on you, as if he doesn't even notice this question goes both ways. He could also tell you what kind of comfort he wants. But maybe you'll get the answer you're looking for once you share your own thoughts about the matter. Seeing that you are silent for a while, Luke takes your hand.
왜 말이 없어? 생각할 시간이 필요해?
Yeah, I still need to think it through a little. Looking at the anticipation in Luke's eyes, the answer gradually becomes clear in your heart. I want you to hug me when you comfort me. Even if I struggle when I'm unhappy, I want you to hug me tightly.
그렇구나.
For me, you give me a sense of security and strength when you hug me. It lets me escape my negative emotions without shame and take a breath. After I calm down in your arms, I'll have the courage to face anything unpleasant.
알았어. 내 품이 너만의 세이프하우스고 충전소야.
Yeah, that's right. After hearing your answer, Luke nods in contentment, seemingly forgetting that he has to answer too. You cuddle into Luke's arms, looking up at him and blinking. How about you? How do you want to be comforted? I told you my answer, so now you have to tell me yours.
난
Luke doesn't answer right away, instead, wrapping his arms around your waist and pressing his torso tightly against your back. He feels a little warm, but a deep and tender voice sounds from behind your neck.
내가 바라는 위로는 네가 옆에 있어주는 거야. 내 시선이 닿는 곳에만 있어주면 돼. 건성으로 하는 말 아니야. 그냥 질문을 보는 순간부터 머릿속에 떠올랐어. 진짜야. 너만 있으면 돼.
By now, Luke has already turned you sideways, resting his face against your forehead. There is infinite tenderness and incomparable emotion in his eyes. Each word he speaks is akin to soft spring rain falling onto your heart. Yeah, I can do that. I'll be there in each and every moment. Your warm breath intertwined. The distance between you and Luke closes. After you finish playing the game, you and Luke decide to tidy up the materials and tools you just used, organizing the room while you're at it. Watching as the house becomes neat and cozy once more, a sudden sense of satisfaction rises up within you. It looks so cozy with everything neatly put away. Yeah, it feels really refreshing. Okay, it's getting late. Let's wash up and go to sleep early. Alright, Luke's bedroom. After washing up and going back to the room, you see Luke lying quietly on the bed with his eyes closed, as if he is already sleeping soundly. You tiptoe towards the bed, only to see that his eyelids are trembling slightly. Luke is pretending to be asleep. You get the sudden impulse to tease him, so you lean close to his ear and whisper lightly, I really like you. No one in the world loves you as much as I do. Right before your eyes, you see his ears turn a beautiful red.
오늘은 분명 좋은 꿈이 기다리고 있을 거야. 잘 자.
In your drowsy stupor, you seem to smell the fragrance of food. As you rub your tired eyes, you search for the source of the aroma, only to find your lover busy in the kitchen. A wave of warmth and happiness involuntarily fills your heart. Tammy's Law Firm. As your lunch break nears, you receive a promotional notification from a milk tea shop. This winter, order the first cup of milk tea for the one you love most. Let them taste your deep love in the delicious milk tea. Without thinking, you tap on the link to the milk tea shop's website. Every flavor looks delicious. I'll order a cup for Luke. He can take a break at June. You do just that, entering Times Antiquities address and placing the order. I think he'll like it. In your imagination, you can see Luke leaning against the window and holding a cup of milk tea, the corners of his mouth rising into a smile. You're amazed that such a simple and ordinary gesture can look so different just by his presence alone. Your mind begins to wander, and you think about the games you played over the last few nights, coming to your own conclusion. Maybe a gift can be. Tammy's Law Firm. After saving the file, you inadvertently look at the clock on the wall. Looks like you're getting off work an hour later than usual today. I wasn't expecting it to get this late. Has working overtime already become a habit for me? Never mind, I have to get home. Straight by the law firm. As soon as you walk out the law firm door, you feel a chill on the tip of your nose. You look up to see delicate white snow gently falling from the dark sky. It's snowing. Looks like it came earlier this year. Without thinking, you reach out to catch the falling snowflakes. You don't notice the chill and the weariness that comes with it. Suddenly, you hear someone calling out nearby. Following the sound, you see Luke running towards you. Luke? Wait, is he holding the scarf and gloves I knitted for him? Before you have time to think more about it, Luke is already right before your eyes. You aren't even able to speak before Luke grabs your hands and helps you put on the gloves. He then wraps the scarf around your neck.
미안, 눈 오는 걸 좀 늦게 봤어. 그래도 때 맞춰 잘 온 것 같네. 아니었으면 집 가면서 이 눈을 다 맞았을 거야. 어때? 좀 따뜻해졌어?
As he speaks, Luke puts a fluffy hat on your head. Now it almost feels like as if he strapped you up tightly like a doll. It's just a little snow. It won't kill me.
안 돼. 환절기가 제일 감기 걸리기 쉬울 때라 신경 써줘야 해.
As if backing up what Luke said, the once delicate and fine snowflakes grows massive and the wind gets colder. You can't help but shiver, and Luke immediately embraces you, looking to share some of his warmth.
봐봐, 내가 뭘 했어. 눈 깜짝할 사이에 감기 걸린다니까?
Yeah, you're right. As you look at Luke's smiling face, you realize the snow is falling on his head like white cotton. You suddenly find yourself in a trance, as if looking at a scene that is still warm and refreshing after so many years. Your heart involuntarily warms, and the smile on your lips is as sweet as honey. You told me to keep warm, so shouldn't you lead by example?
나?
Under Luke's inquisitive gaze, you reach out and brush the snow from his hair. After sensing your movement, Luke's lips curl up into a smile again.
알겠어. 네 말대로 앞으로는 꼭 솔선수범할게. 일단은 집으로 돌아가자.
You nod at Luke, and you cuddle up to one another as you walk toward the station. Luke's bedroom. When you get home, Luke's hair is already wet from the snow. Unable to argue with you, he goes to take a hot bath. When Luke comes out of the bathroom, you discover that he has already changed into clean clothes and his hair is dry. Why didn't you ask me to dry your hair today? Luke's face turns slightly red at your question, but there is a smile in his eyes.
그게 네가 말려주면 오늘 게임하기 힘들 것 같아서.
Wouldn't have time for today's game. Luke! Understanding what he means, you pretend to be angry and whack him, but Luke takes you into his arm and sits on the edge of the bed.
알겠어. 일단 게임부터 하자. 다른 건 나중에 다시 하고.
As he speaks, he pulls out the connection diagram from behind his back like a magic trick, waving it at you. You don't know when he'd secretly grab it. Seeing Luke's excited expression, your focus also shifts to the diagram. Alright, then let's start. Warmth between the beaches. Read books with your partner. Luke's spectrum. The task this time is to read a book with your partner. There's also a list of recommended books here. Luke riffles through the pile of supplies and finds the corresponding books from the list.
추천하는 책까지 들어있을 줄이야. 양심적인 패키지네.
Yeah, I feel like there's no way they're making a profit from this.
그 정도는 아닐 거야. 일단 어떤 책을 고를지부터 정해보자.
Alright? You and Luke shift your attention to the books. Within a few seconds, you both touch one called A Timeless Simplicity. Luke, do you like this one?
응? 책 이름만 봐도 뭔가 포근한 느낌이야. 그럼 이걸로 할까?
Alright. Luke stretches out his arms and embraces you as you cuddle together on the beanbag sofa. You then put the book on his laps.
내가 독서대 할 테니까 페이지만 넘겨줘.
Alright, let me know if I'm flipping through the pages too quickly.
물론이지.
The space grows silent as you flip the pages, so silent that it's as if you and Luke are the only two people left on Earth. Before you know how much time has passed, the touching story in the book comes to an end with a plain and simple ending. You and Luke continue to lean on each other, quietly staring at the book in the days remaining immersed in the story. After another few minutes, Luke holds your hand tightly as he smiles at you.
책 제목이 왜 평온과 평화인지 알 것 같아.
Hmm?
작가가 아내와 젊었을 때 사랑에 빠져서 늙을 때까지 함께한 사랑 이야기를 담은 책이잖아? 뜨거운 사랑 스토리나 파란만장한 전개 없이 담담한 작품이지만 일상 속 사소한 부분에서 사랑으로 이룬 평온과 평화를 엿볼 수 있었어. 두 사람의 사랑은 물처럼 잔잔하지만 깊은 의미가 담겨 있었지.
Clean as water but holds so much meaning. Upon hearing Luke's words, you can't help but recall various parts of the books. White flowers planted outside the house, a cup of sugar water during spring festival, and the wrinkles around their eyes left over time. The warmth and emotion encapsulated by the story along with Luke's kiss fills your heart with happiness. You can't help leaning against Luke's chest, feeling his heartbeat and body temperature. I've always known that I should cherish every day we have together. But I think that feeling has changed a little after reading this book with you. I can't tell whether I feel touched, grateful, or lucky. I just feel like it's really nice to have you here at this moment. Luke reaches out and rubs your head, his eyes full of tenderness.
나도 이 책은 너랑 함께여서 특별한 의미가 있는 거야.
Luke pauses for a while, reaching out to brush the strands of hair off your forehead before continuing.
책을 다 읽긴 했어도 너한테 해주고 싶은 말이 있어. 이미 많이 들어봤겠지만 그래도 해주고 싶어.
What? What is it?
너랑 함께 보낸 순간들을 기억하고 매일 너랑 함께하는 평범한 일상을 소중히 여길게. 우리의 삶이 꼭 평온하고 평화롭지만은 않을지도 모르겠지만 우리의 사랑은 영원할 거야.
Under your gaze, Luke's expression is sincere and firm. You lightly draw circles in his palm with your fingertips, and you start to smile. Warmth and sweetness overflow in your heart, but that soon turns into a mischievous thought as you feel the urge to tease him. They say the palace ink is better than the best memory. Are you going to write a book to record everything about our relationship? Luke is surprised for a moment after hearing this, but his eyes are filled with curiosity soon after.
괜찮은 생각이야. 그럼 제목을 어떻게 지을지 고민해봐야겠네.
Luke holds his chin and pretends to ponder over it for a few minutes.
장명 센스는 없는 편이지만 이 제목이라면 분명 독자들이 좋아할 거야.
What do you mean?
골동품점 사장님과 와이프의 일상?
You and Luke grins as you look at each other, then starts playing around on the sofa. The night is like ink, the moonlight like water. Your indulgent laughter floats on the breeze. After you finish playing the game, you and Luke decide to tidy up the materials and tools you just used, organizing the room while you're at it. Watching as the house becomes neat and cozy once more, a sudden sense of satisfaction rises up within you. It looks so cozy with everything neatly put away. Yeah, it feels really refreshing. Okay, it's getting late. Let's wash up and go to sleep early. Alright? Luke's bedroom. You and Luke lie on the bed together, looking up as the shadows on the ceiling move with the swaying of the trees outside the window. Look at that shadow. Doesn't it look like a rabbit? A rabbit? I think it looks more like a bear. Between his words and yours, it's as if you've traveled back in time to when you were innocent children. The night deepens as you both rub your tired eyes, yawn, and fall asleep together.
푹 자. 계속 옆에 있을 테니까.
Luke's bedroom. You feel a gentle touch on your forehead and cheeks, gently waking you from your slumber. Opening your eyes slightly, you see a handsome face right in front of your eyes. Tammy's law firm front desk. As soon as you walk through the reception on your lunch break, the woman at the front desk stops you. Oh, Miss Herrera, there's a local delivery here for you. From Luke. As soon as you hear the word local, you can already guess who it's from. You walk up to the front desk and she hands you a transparent bag tied with a bow. Inside the bag is a small pot of succulents and a square card. As you open up the transparent bag and take out the card, the familiar and cool handwriting comes into view. Succulents aren't as romantic as flowers, but they're really cute too. Take a look at them once in a while to rest your eyes. You hold the card in your palms with a slight smile on your lips. At this moment, for some reason, you're happier than if you receive a bouquet of roses. This little touch of green lights up your day. Tammy's Law Firm. Each minute and second ticks by on the clock on the wall, but the only thing that can be heard in the law firm is the sound of your fingers tapping on the keyboard. I'm so unlucky today. I originally intended to take the afternoon off to relax. One of my coworkers unexpectedly hurt his leg while he was out. Unfortunately, the content he was responsible for was urgent, so I had to temporarily take over. Maybe it's my destiny to rid myself to the moon for Tammy's. Oh well, at least I'll get overtime pay and coworkers should help each other out. I should work hard and try to go home early. You take a deep breath and push the distracting thoughts in your head aside, continuing to work seriously. After about half an hour, you stop what you're doing, check over the file again, then click the send button. Okay, done. Time to go home. Just as you start to pack up your things and get ready to go, you suddenly catch a glimpse of someone lying on the table beside you, looking at you like a ghost.
어,
Luke pauses for a few seconds, then speaks.
놀라지 마, 나야.
As he speaks, he stands up and reaches out to touch your face. The slight warmth from his palm proves that he's telling the truth. You immediately breathe a sigh of relief. Luke, how did you suddenly show up in front of me? There was no one there for a second ago. And didn't the security guard at the door stop you when you came in? Upon hearing this, Luke shows a slightly helpless expression.
그럴 리가. 한참을 설명하고 나니까 그제야 들여보내주셨어. 그리고 갑자기 나타난 거 아니거든? 들어와서 이름을 몇 번이나 불렀다고. 일에 집중하고 있어서 그런지 난 신경도 안 쓰던데? 그래서 그냥 얌전히 앉아 있었지?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Before you have time to think, Luke pulls you down to sit.
이 얘긴 나중에 하고 내가 뭘 가져왔는지 얼른 봐봐.
Luke grabs the thermos next to him and unscrews the cap. Hot steam pours from the mouth of the bottle, followed by a mouth-watering scent. It smells like mushroom soup.
싱싱한 야생버섯에 각종 특제 향신료를 넣고 끓인 수프야. 오늘 야근하느라 피곤할 것 같아서 몸보신 해주려고 사왔지.
Bringing me soup for working overtime. Where did you learn something like that, Luke? Luke slightly raises his head. Looks like you hit jackpot.
요즘 커뮤니티에서 핫한 가정적인 남자가 되는 1000가지 방법에서 봤어.
What kind of post is that? I want to take a look too. You're just about to pick up your phone to read the post Luke mentioned, but he gently takes your hand in his.
자, 음식부터 먹어봐. 게시글은 나중에 봐도 되잖아. 게다가 이렇게 늦은 시간까지 일하느라 피곤할 텐데 눈도 좀 쉬어줘야지.
Yeah. You watch as Luke skillfully pours the soup into a small bowl, then hands you a spoon. The lights in the room are bright, so bright that you can see the delicate peach fuzz on Luke's face. This moment in time is especially warm. Let's eat together.
좋아?
Luke's bedroom. After drinking the mushroom soup, you and Luke head home together. You pull out the connection diagram ready to complete today's scheme, but Luke shakes his head.
오늘 종일 피곤했으니까 일찍 쉬자. 게임은 하루 쉬고 내일 다시 해도 되잖아.
But I'm not tired yet. Luke closes his eyes, not responding. He must have been hoping you'd be able to rest earlier and not work so hard. You feel touched seeing him like this, and a great idea comes to mind. You move to Luke's side, putting your arms around his neck. You raise your hand and lean against his ear, acting cute. I feel really energized right now. The mushroom soup you brought me works super well. Luke, can we play the game? Today is the 5th time. I don't want all of our effort to be in vain. Just promise me. You spot Luke's ears turning red, and after just a few seconds, his resolve breaks.
알겠어. 진짜 못 말린다니까.
Yay! Let's start now then. If I were you, write something to yourself in your partner's voice. Luke's bedroom. After checking the reference book according to the symbol, Hugh and Luke look at each other, remaining silent for a few minutes. Write a sentence for yourself from your partner's point of view and in their voice. That's a mouthful. Does it mean we should just write a sentence for each other?
그러게. 뭔가 이상한데? 그래도 미션에 그렇게 적혀 있으니까 뭔가 다른 의미가 있을지도 몰라.
True, but sometimes it's best to not to overthink when playing games. You and Luke take out the corresponding sticky notes and colored pens from the materials getting ready to write. After a while, you both finish writing. After checking the reference book, you discover that the next step is to exchange the notes you both wrote. Luke, to be honest, I don't want to show it to you.
왜? 내가 무슨 말을 적었을지 모르겠는 건 아니지?
Of course not. I just feel a little embarrassed.
우리 사이에 부끄러울 게 뭐 있어. 그럼 내가 쓴 거 먼저 보여줄게. 다 보고 네 것도 보여줄지 말지 한번 생각해봐.
That said, Luke hands the note to you. You see a stick figure of a little girl drawn on it, followed by a sentence. Look, you should take good care of yourself. Instantly, a wave of complex emotions rushes into your heart, but what settles in the end is pure warmth. You don't say anything in response, instead, moving closer to Luke and giving him the note in your hand. Here, this one's mine. Luke takes the note, his brow and eyes softening when he sees what's written. A stick figure of a man and a bird are drawn on the paper. On the back is written, Shara, take care of yourself and don't work too hard.
역시 우린 잘 통한다니까. 서로에 대해서도 잘 알고 있고 말이야. 지금 상황을 몰랐다면 내가 너한테 쓴 쪽지인 줄 알았을걸?
Like you want to talk. What you wrote is exactly what I want to say to you, right down to the very letter. Before you notice it, Luke has already quietly embraced your shoulders, hugging you in his arms.
그럼 이 쪽지는 어디에 붙이는 게 좋을까? 두 개를 같이 집에 붙여둘까? 아니면
Let me think. Let's take them at home together. They're written for ourselves from the other's perspective. It's different from a typical note. So I think we can only truly appreciate the meaning behind them by putting them together.
좋아, 그렇게 하자.
Yeah. As soon as you finish speaking, your gaze shifts back to the notes. The little stick figures and the bird bring smiles to your faces. At this moment, Luke hugs you tighter again. His head presses against your cheek and his hair tickles you.
맞다. 전에 미림대에서 같이 강의 들을 때도 너한테 준 쪽지에 우리 둘을 그렸었네. 오늘 각자 쓴 쪽지랑 비교해보면 예전보다 뭔가 좀 더 통하는 게 있는 것 같아.
Yep, and your drawing skills have improved too. Luke pauses for a moment upon hearing this, the corners of his lips raising as if he remembers the ugly yet cute picture he drew on the notes. He looks at you, the smile on his lips changing from bright to gentle, his eyes full of warmth.
앞으로 해마다 이렇게 쪽지를 써보자. 그리고 그때마다 우리가 자신한테 어떤 말을 쓰는지 보는 거야.
Alright, it's a plan then.
응? 약속?
After you finish playing the game, you and Luke decide to tidy up the materials and tools you just used, organizing the room while you're at it. Watching as the house becomes neat and cozy once more, a sudden sense of satisfaction rises up within you. It looks so cozy with everything neatly put away. Yeah, it feels really refreshing. Okay, it's getting late. Let's wash up and go to sleep early. Alright, Luke's bedroom. Your lover's breath next to you is soft and even, the warmth of his body emanating from his palms. That warmth blends into a calm and gentle feeling that envelops you and slowly lulls you to sleep.
잘 자. 오늘은 내 꿈꿔.
Luke's bedroom. The sound of birds chirping and rustling leaves comes from outside the window. Before you knew it, another night has passed and a new day has come. Let me slow firm. After typing the last word, you rub your shoulder. I'm finally done with my morning work. I wonder what Luke is doing right now. Has he already eaten? Just as you're thinking, your phone vibrates. It's a call from Luke. Shara, are you on your break? Yup, I was just about to take my lunch break. Speaking of which, I was just thinking about what you were doing and you called. What a coincidence! Even though you can't see Luke's face, you can hear him laughing gently. That's because I know you better than anyone. I knew you were missing me, so I called to relieve your love sickness. Oh, really? Then why do I feel like you're the lovesick one? On the other end of the phone, Luke pauses for a moment. You can tell that he is smiling. Yeah, I miss you. Then I'll pick you up tonight, okay? That way I can see you sooner. Sure. Alright, it's a date then. I'll pick you up today. I'm going out to take care of some errands later, so you should eat dinner earlier. Okay, but you have to eat before you leave. Don't rush into things without taking care of yourself first. Yes, I will. After hanging up, your heart still feels sweet and you can't help looking forward to getting off working. I have a feeling I'm not going to be in the mood to work in the afternoon. I have tomorrow off, but I'm still thinking about what to do with Luke. I miss law firm. Perhaps it's because Luke is coming to pick you up tonight, but you find yourself slightly distracted as you're about to get off work. I still have half an hour. It didn't feel like time was moving this slowly before. After staring at the second hand as it makes its last lap, it's finally time to get off work. I'm finally off work. Time is law firm front desk. You walk excitedly to the front desk only to find Luke there waiting for you. Look! You wave at Luke and he hurries over to take your hand.
오늘은 정시 퇴근이네. 그럼 바로 집으로 갈까?
Sure, I want to know which tasks we're going to have to complete today. At your mention of the game, Luke pauses for a moment, a thoughtful expression on his face. Is there something wrong?
아니, 그냥 집 가는 길에 간식이나 마실 것 좀 사갈까 생각 중이었어. 게임할 때 분위기를 더 살릴 수 있을 것 같아서.
You sound just like that time when we stayed up all night to beat that platinum level. We have to have enough snack reserves.
왜? 그러면 안 돼?
No, no, of course there's no problem. Let's go to the store first then. Convenience store. You and Luke head to a nearby convenience store. As you look at the dazzling assortment of snacks on the shelves, you feel indecisive. What should I pick? I haven't had this in a long time. Huh? There's a new flavor. Just as you are hesitating, Luke reaches out and scoops all of the snack in front of you into the shopping basket. Luke, why did you take them all? It's too much. We can't finish them all.
한참 고민하길래 다 넣었어. 어렸을 때도 간식은 고민 없이 잔뜩 샀잖아.
As Luke speaks, you can't help but remember the snake pile that would appear during the holidays at home, pile up like a mountain. You're right, there's nothing wrong with indulging once in a while. If we can't finish them, then that's that. Luke nods in agreement, and the two of you proceed to add different trophies to your shopping basket. Luke's bedroom. After you finish shopping and head home, you and Luke place all of the snacks and drinks on the table one by one for easy access. Then you take out the connection diagram you drew together and get ready to start the game. I wonder what we'll have to do today.
오늘도 전에 했던 것처럼 재밌는 걸 거야. 얼른 시작하자.
Another side of him. Solve work problems for your partner. Luke's bedroom.
이번에는 어떤 미션이 나오려나? 음, 연인의 일적인 문제 하나를 해결해 주래.
Work, are you sure? You hurriedly take the reference book from Luke's hand and flip through it again, only to find the word work clearly written in the task description. It's really about work. That's too vague. How are we going to do that? Are you going to take my place at work for a day or go to court for me? Then I would have to take your place. Well, it's a little unrealistic, no matter how we look at it.
그러게.
Luke doesn't answer you, holding his chin in thought. After a few minutes, he raises his head and taps your shoulder as if he thought of something.
이 미션은 넓은 의미일 수도 그 반대일 수도 있어. 매일 완료해야 하는 게임인 점을 감안하면 좁은 의미를 뜻하는 거겠지? 힘 닿는 데까지 연인의 일과 관련된 걸 돕는 게 아닐까?
After hearing what Luke said, you respond. You're right. If we push it until tomorrow, it would be against the rules that had been laid out at the beginning. Looks like I overreacted when I heard the word work just now.
넌 너무 일밖에 모르는 것 같아.
Maybe that word is my kryptonite. Kryptonite. Alright, since we've decided to start small, then I have to think about what I need your help with.
응? 나도 생각해 볼게.
After some consideration, you decide to ask Luke to help you sort out the different materials for your recent cases. And Luke asks you to pack up a batch of repaired antiques, following the same way he did it before. Times antiquities. When you go down to the first floor, you see the ribbon antiques neatly arranged on the workbench. According to Luke, packaging antiques isn't hard, but I have to be careful. It's best if the packaging can be both beautiful and sturdy. I'll show him my skill this time. What did he say to do first when packaging the last time I helped him prepare antiques? Oh, I remember. I have to cut the oil pepper to the right size first. You finally finish packing the items after some time. The more I work, the more I understand that this is really just physical labor. Before you can finish talking, you feel a warm sensation on your neck as someone wraps their arms around your waist. It's Luke. You've been walking around so quietly lately. I wasn't even aware you came down.
내가 그랬잖아. 넌 일할 때 너무 집중한다고. 어때? 많이 피곤해? 내일 돕는 거. 힘들지 않아?
As soon as the topic changes, Luke's attention moves back to you. You clearly just help him with a small chore, but in his eyes, he sees it as a huge contribution. It wasn't hard at all since I'm the honest fiance. I should help out around the shop, right? More importantly, take a look at how I pack it and see if it meets your standards. Upon hearing this, Luke loosens his arms around you, moving to stand beside you and putting one hand on your waist. His eyes move slowly, a trace of tenderness flowing from his kiss.
어디 보자. 잘했어. 나보다 더 잘하는데?
You're not just trying to make me feel better, are you?
그럴 리가. 난 항상 솔직하다고. 누굴 속여본 적이 없는걸?
Alright, then I'll accept your compliment. Speaking of which, how about the kiss materials you sorted out?
내가 맡은 일은 당연히 완벽하게 끝냈지.
Luke's bedroom. You and Luke head back to the bedroom together only to find the materials neatly organized on the table by category. You step forward to get a closer look and realize that Luke left post-it notes to remind you to pay extra attention in certain places. You don't tell me you read all of these materials and left notes for me.
응. 탐정으로서 자료 속독 스킬을 좀 발휘해봤지.
At this moment, you realize how Luke must have felt just now. Even though he only helped you with a small portion of the prep work, the warmth it brings is unlike anything else. Without waiting for you to reply, Luke takes your hand and continues.
사실 네 일이라면 어느 정도 마음의 준비는 하고 있었는데 막상 자료를 보니까 진짜 깜짝 놀랐어. 사전 준비만 해도 이 많은 자료를 다 읽어봐야 하는데 디테일한 부분도 놓치면 안 된다니. 정식 일회는 처리하는데 얼마나 힘들지 감히 상상이 안 돼. 변호사도 고생이 많아.
With Luke's admission, you can't help but smile. You reach out to pat his shoulder. Every industry has its own difficulties. Mine is nothing special. Compared to you, my job is pretty easy. Not only do you own an antique shop, but you're also a detective. And most importantly, you're part of the NSB and have to take on a lot of dangerous work. Hearing this, Luke reaches out to touch the tip of your nose, his eyes full of amusement.
갑자기 누가 더 힘든지 대결하는 거야? 연인의 일에 대해서 자세히 알아보라고 준비한 미션 같은데. 일반적인 전개라면 지금은 서로를 이해해주는 시간이겠지?
Now that you mention it, I think that's just it. The atmosphere is joyful and sweet. The smile on Luke's face touches your heart. A thought involuntarily pops into your head, mixing with past memories and overwhelming you. Luke holds such a special place in your life, so what he needs is a strong sense of trust. So you take his hand and squeeze it lightly. I want to let you know that every time you go out on a case in the future, I'll always trust and support you. Instead of letting my mind run wild and worry blindly like before. Since that's a part of you, I'll accept whatever it brings. And I promise I'll become your strongest reassurance.
너,
Luke is slightly surprised after hearing this, but his eyes soon soften and he doesn't speak for a long time. After a while, he takes your hand and gently kisses the back of it.
고마워.
Through snowy nights and sunny days, windy valleys and peaceful forests, you are together through thick and thin, sharing sorrow and happiness. After you finish playing the game, you and Luke decide to tidy up the materials and tools you just used, organizing the room while you're at it. Watching as the house becomes neat and cozy once more, a sudden sense of satisfaction rises up within you. It looks so cozy with everything neatly put away. Yeah, it feels really refreshing. Okay, it's getting late. Let's wash up and go to sleep early. Alright? Luke's bedroom. As you are laying on the bed scrolling on your phone, Luke wraps his arms around your waist after washing up. He buries his head in your neck, kissing you softly. What is it, Luke? At your question, he looks up at you with a slight smile in his eyes. I heard that if I do this before bed, you'll dream of me. Where did you hear that? Luke smiles but doesn't answer, only but hugging your waist tighter. Maybe you really will see him in your dreams tonight.
굿나잇 키스를 해달라고? 알겠어. 얼른 자.
Luke's bedroom. Ah, it's time to get up. You yawn and looks at the time, then at the sleeping figure beside you. Looks like I woke up too early. I want to sleep in with Luke a little longer. Times antiquities. You finish your work for the morning early today, so you came to the antique shop to surprise Luke. Look, I'm back! Standing in front of the workbench, Luke has a slightly surprised expression on his face when he sees you walk in through the door. He looks at the clock beside him, then back at you with a spark of curiosity in his eyes. Shara, it's so early. Did you sneak out? No way, I just finished up early, so I wanted to come have lunch with you. Luke nods after hearing your answer. Actually, a new local restaurant just opened nearby. I'll take you there. Alright, but I'm not that hungry yet. You can take your time. Judging by the pile of parts on Luke's workbench, he must be halfway through this repair job. You are about to sit down next to him and wait for him to finish before you go out, but he puts down his tools and takes off his gloves. I can work anytime. Eating together should be the number one priority, right? Luke takes your hand in his warmly and lovingly. Looking into his eyes, you also feel a warmth in your heart. Yep, eating together is the most important thing. You walk to the door of the antique shop with him. As you hold hands, both your fingers and your love are intertwined. Luke's bedroom. Before you knew it, time has flown by. You have reached the last day of the Love Connection game. Looking at the last stars icon left on the connection diagram, you feel a glimmer of excitement in your heart. It's the last step in the entire game. What will it make us do? After we finish the game, Luke and I, your gaze shifts to Luke, and you can't help but recall the photos of the couples you saw before. As soon as your thoughts start moving, some questions you want to ask naturally tumble out of your mouth. Luke, are you nervous? This is the last task in the game. And are you bothered by whether things will really change between us when the game ends? Luke is surprised for a moment, then smiles softly. He reaches his arms around your waist and lets you sink into his arms. His hair gently brushes against your cheek, tickling slightly.
왠지 그걸 물어볼 것 같았어. 대답은 게임을 끝내고 하고 싶은데 괜찮아?
Luke's scalding hot breath touches your neck as he wraps his hand around your fingertips, playing with them in his palm. Everything and anything, you can't help but agree. Okay, so should we hurry up and get started? You feel a slight sigh from the person behind you, and he lowers his head against your back. You can't see his expression, and it's only after a while that you can hear his clear voice.
원한다면 바로 시작하자.
Graffiti romance. Draw a graffiti on t-shirts with your partner. Luke's bedroom. You and Luke open the reference book according to the endpoint symbol. Couples must work together to paint a graffiti t-shirt. One party begins, and after 10 minutes of painting, the shirt is handed over to the other party to continue painting, and so on.
한 사람당 5라운드씩 총 100분 동안 그래피티를 완성해야 합니다.
After reading the rules of the game, you and Luke exchange a look, only for you to see the same energized excitement in his eyes. Luke winks at you, looking confident.
난 실력 발휘할 준비 됐어. 넌?
I'm good to go. You and Luke find the painting tools and the white t-shirt that was sent with the kit ready to start creating. However, just as you are about to start painting, you realize that there is a lingering question that hasn't been answered. Wait a second, we haven't decided who goes first, right?
그렇네. 난 다 괜찮아서 너부터 시작해.
That won't work. We need to be fair and just when playing games together. How about we play a rock, paper, scissors to decide? One round, the winner picks first.
좋아. 미리 말해두자면 난 주먹을 낼 거야.
Look, are you trying to win or lose?
그건 해보면 알겠지?
After playing rock, paper, scissors, Luke becomes your defeated opponent as expected. He hands you the paintbrush with a smile in his face as if he's the one who actually won. Time flies by and the 100 minutes of painting soon comes to an end. When the alarm goes off, Luke stops moving the paintbrush in his hand.
딱 맞춰 끝났네. 완성했어.
Yeah. Luke unfolds the t-shirt in his hand and raises it up. You move to his side to admire your work together. The t-shirt, once pure white, is now painted with colorful clouds and adorable toys floating all over it. There are two small people sitting on the two of the clouds as if they are guiding the sun in the middle to rise. We couldn't paint anything too detailed since we had limited time, but it looks especially sweet. It must be because Luke and I made it together. As the thought crosses your mind, you look over at Luke, who is still staring at the t-shirt, fascinated. Suddenly, as if he'd discovered a new world, Luke puts down the t-shirt and points to a black dot on the fabric.
마지막 10분은 급하게 그리느라 이 포동포동한 점을 이제 봤어. 설마 네가 마지막 라운드에 그린 땅콩이야?
You caught me. What's wrong? Does it not look like peanuts? Luke can't help but laugh when he hears your question.
닮았어. 진짜 닮았어. 요즘 땅콩이 몸매가 좀 망가지긴 했지?
Don't say that in front of Peanut or he'll get mad. As you see this, you both laugh together and it takes you both a moment to calm down.
자, 그럼 이제 티셔츠 코팅만 끝내면 돼. 코팅을 잘해야 색이 안 빠지거든.
Alright. You and Luke take the paint out of the kit and each grab a clean brush. Then you stand side by side at the table and methodically paint the t-shirt, one of you moving left to right, the other right to left. While moving your brush back and forth, you look at the pattern on the t-shirt and your heart warms again. Making something together feels really different.
그치? 나도 같은 생각이었어.
Really? Then let's do a comparison. I want to see how different our ideas of different are. Seeing the curiosity in your eyes, Luke smiles and continues.
라운드마다 상대방이 그린 그림에 자신의 생각을 녹여내서 작품을 만들어 나가는 거잖아? 그림이 조화롭도록 하면서 새로운 아이디어까지 추가해야 하니까 당연히 어려운 일이어야 하는데 그릴 때 어렵다는 생각이 안 들었어. 네가 어떤 그림을 그리고 싶어 하는지 굳이 떠올리려고 하지도 않았고.
Luke pauses for a moment and you naturally pick up where he left off. We didn't try to guess what the other was thinking, we just followed the picture and added more based on how we felt. And these natural results turned out pretty well. Hearing this, Luke is taken aback for a moment before his lips curve up into a smile.
네가 생각한 색다름이랑 내가 생각한 색다름이 비슷했네?
That sounds like a tongue twister.
다르게 말하면 우리는 텔레파시가 통한다는 거지.
Yeah, that's right. The collaborative painting on the t-shirt looks especially sweet under the warm light. You and Luke look at each other with smiles, your eyes full of understanding that doesn't need to be expressed out loud. Luke's bedroom. After completing all of the games and the connection diagram, you and Luke open the reference book again. Following the guide, you open the last page that has been sealed. A vivid drawing appears before your eyes. In the drawing, two colorful paper characters cuddle up to each other, gazing out at the golden wheat field and blue sky in the distance. There are a few well wishes written in the center of the drawing. May you help each other become better, and may you taste the sweetness of love in the ordinary. You will be together and enjoy true happiness every day, month, and year. I feel so warm after finishing the game and seeing those messages.
그러게 말이야. 게임을 만든 사람의 정성이 느껴져.
Yeah. As you talk, you gently lean on Luke's shoulder. You cuddle together like those two colorful paper characters basking in the happiness of this moment. After a while, Luke takes your hand and turns his head. The tip of his nose brushes against your cheek.
특별한 점은 눈치 못 챘어?
Special? About what?
우리가 한 게임 말이야. 뭔가 은연중에 한 주제를 가리키고 있는 것 같지 않아?
Thinking about what Luke said, you recall bits and pieces of what happened in the past few days. You made a graffiti t-shirt together, solved a work problem for each other, and left messages to yourself from the other perspectives. I know. All of those games demonstrate a respectful and equal partnership and encourage us to think about life from the other's perspective, like putting ourselves in the other person's shoes. So, the theme of this game is aiming for equality, respect, and mutual understanding, right? Upon hearing your answer, Luke nods.
응, 그런 것 같아. 연인 사이에 당연히 지켜야 할 기본적인 부분이지만 오랜 시간을 함께하다 보면 그걸 점차 잊는 사람들도 있을 거야. 시간이 흐를수록 연인을 독립된 개체가 아닌 자신의 소유물로 생각하는 경우도 있을 테고 러브러브 점선 읽기라는 게임은 연인들에게 어떤 단계에 있는 연인이든 초심을 잊지 말라고 일깨워주려는 것 같아.
As he speaks, Luke gently holds your hand, and you feel the implication behind his words. I trust that no matter what stage our relationship is in, we'll never forget those original values.
응? 분명 그럴 거야.
As you look into Luke's smiling eyes, you'll remember he still owes you an answer. By the way, you still haven't answered my question from before. I hope you aren't going back on your word.
그럴 리가. 너랑 한 약속은 항상 지켰다고.
After he stops talking, Luke sits up and settles opposite you, looking at you seriously.
잘 들어. 내 대답은 아니다야. 긴장되지도 않고 그동안 게임하면서 우리가 정말 더 가까워졌는지 고민할 일도 없을 거야. 게임 미션을 완료하는 과정에서 우리 둘의 호흡과 편안함이 느껴졌거든. 그런 호흡이랑 편안함은 어릴 때부터 습관처럼 자리 잡은 친숙함이 아니라 우리가 연인이 되고 가족이 되면서 서로 마음이 통하게 된 거야. 그리고 더 중요한 건 지금 우리의 관계가 정말로 평등하고 편해졌다는 걸 알았어.
At this moment, Luke moves closer, raising his hand to gently caress your face. There is a trace of pure devotion in his eyes, and he continues to whisper his endless love for you.
난 널 과잉보호한 적도 있고 병 때문에 도망치려고 한 적도 있어. 한때는 혼자 참고 견뎌야 너랑 더 행복한 시간을 함께할 수 있다고 생각한 적도 있었고 말이야. 하지만 차츰 그런 독단적인 행동이 의도적으로 회피하는 것밖에 안 된다는 걸 알았어. 너한테는 교묘한 구실을 붙인 차별이었겠지.
By now, Lou's forehead is pressed against yours as he looks straight at you, as if he is letting you peek into his heart through his eyes.
하지만 지금은 모든 게 달라졌어. 봐봐. 금방 사귀기 시작했을 땐 가끔씩 어색한 느낌도 들었지만 약혼하고 새로운 관계가 되고선 전처럼 묘한 느낌을 받은 적이 없잖아.
Yeah, I think a lot of things just happen naturally. You respond to look and deep tenderness sparks in his eyes.
응? 그리고 이번에 한 게임들은 감정을 깊어지게 해준다기보단 지금 우리가 이렇게 편안하고 평등하면서 서로에게 꾸밈 없이 솔직하다는 걸 확인시켜 준 것 같아.
As he finishes speaking, Luke gently kisses your brow. His every word drifts into your heart, emitting warm waves of heat one after another. You can't stop yourself from wrapping your arms around his neck and planting a sweet kiss on his cheek. Luke, I'm so happy to hear you say that. As you look into Luke's eyes, all kinds of images from the past flash through your mind, and you can't help but kiss him in the cheek again. And I feel the same way you do. I had a vague inkling during the game, but I didn't really understand what that feeling was. But I understand now. That feeling is exactly what you said. Between us, everything is truly equal and comfortable. As Luke listens to you, his eyes softens and his arms gently wrap around your waist.
난 지금의 우리가 좋아. 너무 행복해서 더 이상 바라는 게 없어.
Yeah, me too. Oh, I actually got you a small present.
선물?
Yeah, it's a present for you, but also for us. As Luke watches on, you take out the present you spent a long time thinking about and earnestly hand it to him. Luke immediately unwraps the beautiful packaging. When he sees the white pillows inside, he suddenly looks surprised. I came up with the idea while we were playing the game. A present perfect for our current relationship. Something really special and something you'd like. It had to be an intimate present that you could use every day. You can use it every day and you'll think of me every time you use it. And it's really high quality, so you'll sleep better too. Luke blinks and there is the whisper of a smile in his once clear eyes.
나랑 우리한테 주는 선물이라고 했으니까 내 베개만 있는 건 아니겠네?
Yep, I chose a couple's pillow set, one for you and one for me. It's perfect. It might seem ordinary compared to some of the other gifts I made by myself before, but I put a lot of thoughts into it.
아니야. 절대 평범하지 않아.
Before you can finish, Luke responds softly. The smile on his lips deepens, and his eyes shines even brighter, as if he'd been showered with love. He hugs your leg, leading you to sit down in front of him. You're a little startled by the sudden movement and try to find your balance. But Luke's warm palms are already pressed tightly against your thighs, holding you steady. You look him up and down, just like before when he casually laid on your lap after showering. The room is charged as the heat burns you and him.
진짜 마음에 들어. 나한테는 가장 특별한 선물이야. 한 침대에서 같은 베개를 베고 잠이 든다라는 좋은 의미가 담겨 있잖아? 그리고 이 베개가 있으면 앞으로 함께할 밤들이 더 달콤해질 것 같은 예감이 들어.
Yeah, As you respond, your body can't help but wobble a bit, and Luke immediately lets out a muffled sound. His hand moves up your spine and stops at your neck as he gently pulls your head down. You feel Luke's hot breath in your ear, his voice husky.
근데 아직 안 준 선물이 있는 것 같은데?
Huh?
베개가 푹신한지 아직 잘 모르겠어. 둘이 같이 써봐야 제대로 알 수 있겠는데?
Before you know what you're doing, your fingers move to the button on Luke's collar. In a daze, he touches your hand and gently leads you down.
오늘 밤 꿈은